Hello everyone, this is Editing Nicole from the background. I do have something very important to tell you before we get into the episode. Please listen because it's important to understand my uploading schedule in the next weeks. YouTube has made it incredibly hard for me to upload the episode that was planned for this Saturday, because usually my upload schedule was Christmas episode, special celebration video, and then the episode you are going to see today, which is the Unearthly Child, the very first episode of Doctor Who ever, pilot aside. But if you're hearing this, which you obviously do, that means that I didn't succeed uploading the Christmas episode video until today. I've tried for over 1.5 weeks now, and I already had to cut out 10 incredible minutes, 10 minutes already, that I cut out of my usual episode, and YouTube still doesn't accept the episode up there on YouTube. I am so sorry for that, but I can't change it. The copyright system for this episode's gone haywire. It's unbelievable. This is the hardest episode ever to upload for me. Not even the finale episodes have been this hard. And while I'm talking about it, I wanted to address two other things real quick from the last week's episode, from the finale episode. First thing, I couldn't answer your comments this week, and I'm very sorry for it. Next week, or with this video, this will change again, but I haven't had the time to do so because I was on holidays, because I had to try and upload the other episode, which occupied the whole week for me, this Christmas episode. I didn't have the time to answer all of your comments. I'm so sorry for that. And the second thing is the face of bow discussion that went on under the last video. And I just wanted to address this real quick because I have read all of your comments. Like you can see, I hearted all of them that I read. I'm very sorry. But also the face of bow scene was a scene that YouTube didn't want in there. I tried everything and I shortened it up and everything, but YouTube said no. I don't want this scene in there, in this reaction. You have to cut it out completely. I didn't do this on purpose. I didn't cut the scene out on purpose. But YouTube just didn't want it up. And that was the reason. And I can't promise you that this won't happen again in the future, even with important scenes, but I don't understand the YouTube copyright system. It seems like with every series that I upload, it gets harder and harder, because with the first series, I was able to upload 15 seconds, with the second series, 10 seconds, and with the third, only 8 seconds. It's getting harder with each series, and I'm very sorry if those episodes sometimes won't contain certain scenes that you wanted to see. I'm trying my very best with every episode, but if YouTube says no, there is nothing that I can do. I guess you already noticed I started mirroring the episodes to try and prevent the worst, but it seems like this doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change anything. So I'm very sorry. But be happy nonetheless, because the episode that you're about to see is a great one. The very first Doctor Who episode, like ever, pilot aside. And it was so much fun. So lean back and enjoy nonetheless. And if everything goes well, you are going to see the Christmas episode next Saturday. I guess it'll work out. I feel we're close to the finish line, but I can't promise anything. But for now, enjoy this episode and have so much fun with it. I'll see you next week. Bye. Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome back to this very special video today. I know you already saw it in the title, so there is no need for me to drag out this surprise that I have planned for you, thanks to Andrew, my mod, who wanted me to watch this very special Doctor Who episode today. He also gave me some background information about it, no spoiler about the very episode, but he told me some stuff that I think is very helpful for me to know what this is all about, to understand the history of it a little bit better. I know that the very first Doctor Who episode was broadcast on November the 23rd of 1963. I also do know that the episode was shot in black and white, and that it doesn't have, I mean, this is something that's obvious, right? That it doesn't have the quality of what we are used to watch nowadays. I mean, 1963. It's a totally different time, and they didn't have much technology back then. They didn't even have like colors yet. I think I do know that the color TV was also invented somewhere around 1960. But this episode is very, very special because it is the first episode of Series 1. I was told this is not the pilot episode, it's the first episode of Series 1. There is also a pilot episode, which I'm not gonna watch today. And there is also a drama documentary that was made for the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. And I might watch this in the future, but I'm told that it still contains spoilers for me for the New Who episodes and the classic episodes. So you don't need to mention it in the comments. Andrew takes care for it. He knows whenever it's time for me to watch it, and he will let me know. But I am so curious. I mean, this is the very, very first episode of Doctor Who. This is 1963. I can't believe it. This is where it all started, the very first episode with the very first Doctor. I mean, I don't know what happens in the pilot episode if there is another Doctor that then dies at the end of the episode. I don't know that, but for me, this is going to be the first Doctor ever. And that is so exciting. I can't wait to watch it. Also, what I do see on the screen already, it says contains racial stereotypes. I guess that's appropriate for the time back then, or it was appropriate for the time back then. We also had those kind of issues with Torchwood and Doctor Who episodes whenever they went back to older time periods. I am very curious what's gonna happen with this one. And it may be scary for younger children, so thank God I'm not a young child. So if you are under the age of, let's say, 12, just don't watch this video, okay? But then again, I guess black and white TV series is nothing that kids nowadays would like to watch, so I guess we're on a safe side here. Okay, I guess this is enough for now. I just want to get into the episode. I am so curious what is going to happen. I mean, how 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 are they going to do this? How is the first episode going to be? What will it be about? Will it only be about the Doctor and its story because it's the very first episode? It should be an introduction to the character. Will they start like in the middle of a story? Will they start at Gallifrey? Will there be companions? I don't know. I do have so many questions. Will I be able to tell that this is Doctor Who from what I know? Will it be somehow recognizable to the Doctor Who Kinder episode, for example? I was told that the intro already is different. Will I be able to tell that or would I be able to tell if I saw this episode without being told that it is a Doctor Who story? I don't know. I have so many questions and I just want to go into it. Oh my god, I am so curious. I'm so curious. Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god. The music! Do you hear that music? Wait. Where are we? What is this? I do have the feeling we're in the TARDIS somehow. No, we're not in the TARDIS. This looks more like a shadow or something. I don't know. And this is... Oh! It is the TARDIS! I mean, we're not inside of it, but the TARDIS is in the shit and not the unearthly child. Oh my god, I have read this title of the episode so many times in the comments already. Oh my god, look at it. It looks exactly the same, at least for me. Beautiful. Okay, which answers the question whether I would be able to tell that it's Doctor Who if I didn't know. Yeah, I would. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? I'm so excited. Wow, there's different hairstyles. I have the feeling that some of them came back in the last years.
Well, there isn't anything there. It's just an old junkyard.
Hey, you must have gone to the wrong place.
Well, that was the address the secretary gave me.
Well, the secretary got it wrong then.
So, it's the Doctor?
We could drive there, wait till she arrives and see where she goes.
Oh, all right.
Well, that is if you're not doing anything.
No, I'm not. After you.
Are they gonna be witness of her and the Doctor doing stuff? Is that her? Look at the clothes. Oh my god. But I like her hair. I really do.
It's in the Cumberland. They've gone from 19 to 2.
John Smith is the stage name of the Honourable Aubrey Waits.
John Smith? Oh my god. Bells ringing.
Sensitive ear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Is that the book you're promising me?
Yes.
Thanks for turning off the music. I can understand you better without the music in the background.
No, thank you, Mr. Chesterton. I like walking through the dark. It's mysterious.
Be careful, Susan.
She's really beautiful. She has such beautiful eyes.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Susan.
Okay, Susan. What are we up to? I mean, she can't be a companion of the Doctor, right? Oh. Or maybe she is. I just thought she can't be a companion because she goes to school every day. Which wouldn't be possible if she went with the Doctor.
I thought you agreed she was a bit of a mystery.
Yes, but I think you'll find there's a very simple explanation to all this.
Well,
No. Nothing is simple here. Nothing.
Don't be silly, Susan. The United States has a decimal system. You know perfectly well that we do not.
Of course, the decimal system hasn't started yet.
Oh my god.
I'm not trying to be rude, but couldn't we deal with 2 active chemicals? Then red could turn blue all by itself and we can get on with something else.
Ah, she has so much knowledge.
Time being the 4th, I suppose. Then what do you need E for? What do you make the 5th dimension?
Space.
Oh my god, I got chills. This is so cool. I like it very much.
A 15-year-old girl who is absolutely brilliant at some things and excruciatingly bad at others.
There she is.
How they are building the suspense, because if you didn't know what was going on, that introduction would be so great. I mean, it's great anyways, but people back then, wow.
Silly, isn't it? I feel frightened. As if we were about to interfere in something that is best left alone.
Ah, yeah. I guess you're right about that one. They're talking so much. There is not much possibility for me to
Well, don't
talk
you
in
feel
between.
it?
See?
I take things as they come.
And I don't want to miss something because this is the very first episode. This is so exciting. Where did she go? Is she in the TARDIS?
What a mess.
Oh my gosh.
Not turning over any of this stuff to find her.
Over there?
How did the TARDIS look back then? From the inside, I mean.
Can't have got out without us seeing.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
must be in the TARDIS.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-oh. But can they open it? They shouldn't be able to open it.
Let's go and find a policeman.
Yes, all right. It's not her. Quick.
Oh my god, is this the doctor? Is it him? Oh my god, he really looks like he is the doctor. Oh, very fast. Oh my god.
So suppose that anybody would be inside a cupboard like that? Hmm?
Would it therefore be unreasonable to ask you to let us have a look inside?
Nope. That's not possible, sorry. Otherwise he would have to kill you.
Am I? I don't think so, young man. No, I don't think so.
We can't force him.
No, you can't.
Nevertheless, we're going to find one. Come on, Barbara.
What are you doing out there?
She is in there! Close the door, please!
Oh no, why did she talk? Oh my god, it's the TARDIS!
Is this really where you live, Susan? Yes.
And what's wrong with it?
But it was just a telephone box.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but at least there's light and space.
No, you wouldn't understand.
But I want to understand.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
By the way, Susan,
You do not even understand this? How would you understand time travel?
It's an illusion, it must be. What is he talking about now?
What are you doing here?
Isn't a starter TARDIS?
Discovered television, haven't you?
Yes?
Then by showing an enormous building on your television screen, you can do what seemed impossible, couldn't you?
Oh my god, that's interesting.
You wouldn't, never mind. Now, which switch was it? No. Ah, yes, that is it.
It's a great comparison with the television, and you thought you couldn't do it, but now you do, right? So.
Yes, Chip. This doesn't roll along on wheels, you know.
You mean it moves?
The TARDIS can go anywhere.
TARDIS?
But why do they tell him all of this?
Let me get this straight. A thing that looks like a police box standing in a junkyard, it can move anywhere in time and space?
Yes.
Quite so.
Yeah, you got it.
Have you ever thought what it's like to be wanderers in the fourth dimension? Have you? To be exiles?
I have wondered about that so many times.
Grandfather, let them go now, please. Look, if they don't understand, they can't.
But she still calls him
I
grandfather.
understand these people better than you.
I thought it was just a cover-up for the real people. Real world people.
I love your school. I love England in the 20th century. The last 5 months have been the happiest of my life.
So they stayed for 5 months? It's unusual.
Oh, come on, Barbara. Let's get out of here.
It's no use, you can't get out. He won't let you go.
Why wouldn't he let them go? Oh, well, what is he gonna do with them? I mean, they know everything.
Control operates the door.
You still think it's all an illusion?
I know that free movement in time and space is a scientific dream. I don't...
Okay, where did they go? The TARDIS moved, did it?
Very well, then. I'll have to risk it myself.
I can't stop you.
I don't touch it, it's live!
Don't push any buttons if you don't know what it does. Stupid.
Now you're being sentimental and childish.
No, I mean it.
Very well. Then you must go with them.
For real? It's the same sound? It's still the same sound? They never changed the sound? Oh my god, they never did in all of it. I mean, in 60 years they didn't change the sound. Wow. Wow, it's very well made. I mean, with the technology that they had back then. So I wonder where they went. But he doesn't seem to be a very funny doctor. He's the least funniest of all the doctors that I've seen until now. of all those three, Christopher, David, and the Kinder Doctor. Are they on another planet? Oh, wow. Do they go outside? I guess it was too much for him. And for her. Okay. Oh my god, look at this! Oh, and who's that shadow? Is that an alien? No! No! Oh no, I want to watch this! Oh my god! Oh my god! I would. I want to continue watching. When I saw the shadow of the alien, I was like, oh my god, we're gonna see the first alien ever. I'm not gonna. Not yet. Somewhere in the future, I will for sure. Oh, wow, okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, I'm lost for words here, but I'm so overwhelmed right now with positive feelings because I enjoyed this episode so much. Can't even say how much because I don't know what kind of expectations I had going into this, but knowing it's an episode of 1963, it's very old, it's black and white, and I kind of had the expectation of it might be a little bit boring because stuff back then wasn't as interesting as stuff is today, which I guess is just some kind of something that people do say. I don't know if this is just, maybe it's the other way around even, because back then people didn't have all of those special effects and they really did have to write a good story to make a movie or a TV show. So maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. But my expectation was that it might be a little bit boring. But it wasn't. From the very first minute, it was so intriguing. It was so well written. They built the suspense. The very first scene showing this dark room, moving the camera around, and you were not really able to see anything. You could like imagine it was a shadow or something, and then moving the camera up and pointing it at the TARDIS. In that moment, my heart just jumped, and I was so in love with the episode already. Because seeing, I don't know, it's a strange feeling. I see the TARDIS, and it's such a familiar feeling. It's a feeling of coming home, a feeling of, I don't know, I am not able to express what I'm feeling, but it was such a warm and cozy feeling that I had instantly. And then going into the school, seeing those teachers talking to each other, the dialogue was so well written because they talked about this special girl that was so very different from all the other girls. Like I just said, that scene where they talked to each other was so well written because they were throwing around questions. They were asking each other questions about this mysterious girl, and both of them had no answers. So all that did was raising questions. And it was very interesting to see for me as a viewer who already knows Doctor Who, because I know that they were possibly talking about a companion of the Doctor. But I can also imagine if you have never ever heard something of the Doctor, like the people who originally watched this episode, and they had no idea whatsoever, not even the TARDIS, they didn't know what this is. So hearing all of those questions was raising questions in your head too, and you did want to have answers for that. Why is she so intelligent? Why does she know so much stuff that even teachers do not even know about dimensions and stuff? That, how old was she? 16 years old, I guess, if I remember correctly. How should she be able to know that, right? So she was some kind of genius, but why? And them asking each other all of those questions raised so much tension and so much curiosity, because you did want to know. First of all, you did want to meet that girl, which in the next scene we do. But it doesn't really help with answering those questions, at least from the perspective of people who see this for the very first time. And they do discover all of this, what we have seen, including the TARDIS and how it looks from the inside. For the very first time, they're discovering it with the episode. They do get the answers with the episode, bit by bit. In every scene, they get to know something new about all of this story. So it was very interesting for me to see it, but I can also imagine how interesting it must have been for the people back then. Also, there was not a minute where I wasn't in the episode. It had no like holes in the story. That there was 99% of the time there was dialogue. It was intelligent dialogue. There was nothing stupid that was said. There was not so much fun in it, no jokes or anything. Like I just said, this is the least funny doctor that I have ever seen from all of those three that I do know by now. But he's very interesting, this long coat in which he's walking around, the scarf, and he's very old, which I think, because the doctors that I do know from New Who are really young. They're, I guess, in their 30s from an actor's perspective. I mean, the doctor is over 900 years old now, so he's not very young. But from the actor's perspectives, very, very young. And also the master as a human being, he was old. And the very first thing that happened when he changed was he changed into a younger body. So it's interesting that back then the Doctor appeared as an older man. And nowadays, I don't know how it will continue with the New Who. Maybe there will be older Doctors again. But this is just something interesting that I picked up on, and I don't know what's the reason for it. Maybe it's because back then they were thinking about who could represent such a character who's so wise and who is so self-confident and he knows what he's doing. So they picked an older person to represent all of these character traits, because back then people were thinking different about older and younger people. It changed over time. I mean, nowadays, older people still seem wiser than younger in the minds of the younger people, but it's not the same anymore. It feels kind of different. And maybe that's the reason why they picked an older actor as a doctor. It was also very interesting to see how he was reacting, because the two teachers and also the granddaughter, this is also something that I want to talk about, but all of those three people were kind of getting agitated, and they were screaming at each other or getting louder, talking to each other, and the teachers wanted to escape. They wanted to leave the TARDIS, and he was like, no, you can't leave. You have to stay. I don't know for how long. Is this an abduction? Did he abduct those people? And he'll either kill them or leave them on a different planet, and I don't know where this is going. But I mean, now they're on a different planet and they will see aliens. I think this is an addition to what they already knew that won't make this problem better, right? I would so love to continue watching the episodes. I want to know how the story of them will end, or if he's really not bringing them back to their planet, to the planet Earth, and in their time and everything. And the other thing that I noticed is that she said the granddaughter said they were on the planet and in this time for 5 months. That's also very interesting, because talking about the New Who and also talking about the Kinder episodes, the Doctor and their companions never stay at a place for that long, 5 months, really? Oh, that's very interesting. I mean, The only other time span that was longer that I know of or that comes to my mind right now is the finale of the third series, because we didn't actually see it on screen, but we get to know while watching those 3 episodes that they take place over a time period of 1 year. So the Doctor stayed on the spaceship of the Master, and also Captain Jack, they stayed on the spaceship for a year. But they were held captive, so this is not really a good comparison for that. But knowing that they stayed there for 5 months on Earth, and she wanted to like go to school, even though she already knew everything they were telling her or teaching her. Interesting. So that was also a very different concept. I mean, I don't know if in the very first series this is something that's usual, that the Doctor stays longer in certain places than only 1 or 2 days and then he leaves again. I don't know. I can't tell. You know. But don't tell me, okay? I want to find out while watching the classic episodes one by one, okay? So, no spoilers, please, about future classic episodes. Thank you. And also, okay, the granddaughter. The granddaughter? Like, for real? Was the very first companion of the Doctor a relative? Is she really the granddaughter? Because first, when I heard the teachers were talking about him being the grandfather of her, I thought, well, this is clearly a cover up to be able to live on Earth and not being like exposed as the Doctor. So they chose to be like granddaughter and grandpa, but he really is a grandfather. I mean, I know, or we know already from New Who, that he was a father, so he could also be a grandfather. But then I'm wondering, where is his kid? Like, he must have a son, a daughter, maybe both. I don't know how many children he had. We just know that he's a father, or he used to be a father. And we see the granddaughter. Does this mean that the father or the mother are not alive anymore? Why is she alone with the Doctor? Where are her relatives? I mean, the rest of her family, and also his family, if they're the same family. So many questions, no answers yet. But yeah, I guess that's everything that I wanted to say. Like I just said, I enjoyed it very much. It was so well written. It wasn't boring for a second. I want to know how it will continue. I want to know, I mean, the shadow of the alien looked so cool. Also, the way they made the TARDIS disappear and appear again. Also, the sound, oh my god. In 60 years, they never changed the sound of the TARDIS, like warping. This is so cool. I like this very, very much. This little detail. They never changed the exterior and they never changed the sound. Wow. That's just great. And I also wonder how many episodes will be in black and white and when they changed to color. I mean, maybe they waited for the first series to end and then the second series was filmed in color. I don't know. Don't spoil me, please. Not on this one either. Wow, that was an adventure and I enjoyed it so much. I really hope you enjoyed it together with me. And I love watching those classic episodes. This was the second one. This was a shorter one, shorter than the Kinder episode, but it was so enjoyable and it was the start of everything. It felt so magical. I don't know how to express the feeling that I had. It was so familiar, cozy, happiness. I don't know, I had so many positive feelings. I hope you did too. And I hope we'll see each other with the next video that I'm putting online. Enjoy your day or your weekend. I wish you a very good time. Until then, bye!